Hello everyone, Namaste. So we have with us today Indian panorama film, uh, Onko ki Kothin, Bengali film. And the film did its world premiere in IFFI today and got a very good reception. So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, thank you.
So we have on stage with us the director of Onko ki Kothin, Mr. Saurabh Palodhi, and the actor Ushashi Chakraborty, very well-known actor of Bengali cinema. So let us start with the trailer first. Trailer, please.
Teaser, yes.
মানে আমাদের পাড়াগুলো আপনাদের খুবই চেনা, মানে আপনারা এদিকে তাকান কিন্তু সেভাবে দেখেন না। কোথায় বলুন তো? ওই স্বপ্ন আর বাস্তবের ঠিক মাঝখানে।
বল তুই কি হবি বল?
ও স্যার আমি ডাক্তার। ও স্যার আমি নার্স। ও স্যার আমি ইঞ্জিনিয়ার।
ভাবতে তো ভালোই লাগছে, তাই না? কিন্তু আমার আপনার কাছে যতটা সহজ,
এটা ধর।
ওদের কাছে না বোধহয়।
তোর মনে আছে এইখানে তোকে কান ধরিয়ে দাঁড় করে রেখেছিল? আর তোর মনে আছে এখানে তোকে সারা দিন পুরো মুরগি করে বসিয়ে রাখতো? এই এটা বলিস না, বলিস না, বলিস না।
আমাকে গল্প বলো, একবার গল্প বলো, একটু গল্প বলো, কি হলো তারপরে? খিদে পেলে আমার খালি তোমার কথাই মনে পড়ে। আমাকে গল্প বলো, কি হলো তারপরে?
ভাইপো তুমি হাসপাতাল বানাচ্ছ?
আরে হ্যাঁ গো, বিশ্বাস করো সত্যি বলছি।
রে তোরা ভোটে দাঁড়াবি নাকি?
ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, ডাক্তার আর নার্স মিলে তো স্বপ্ন দেখে ফেলেছে যে এখানে একটা হাসপাতাল বানাবে। তাহলে কি হবে?
এই শাহরুখ দা এখনো আসছে না কেন রে?
আমার না ভয় ভয় করছে।
বাহ,
বা
মানে তোমাকে ভয় পেতে দেখলে আমার নিজেকে খুব সাহসী মনে হয়। বোতামটা ছিঁড়ে যাবে তো?
থার্ড ক্লাস।
ধুর, অত চাপ নিয়ে লাভ নেই। হাসি মুখে আছি কোনো ফালতু মেকআপ নেই। বড় হব একদিন, পেন আছে খাপ নেই। চাপ নেই, চাপ নেই, চেপে জানা। অত চাপ নিয়ে লাভ নেই, চাপ নিয়ে লাভ নেই, চাপ নিয়ে লাভ নেই। আমাদের একটা ওই অক্সিজেনের ওইগুলো লাগবে। আরে সিন্ডিকেট, সিন্ডিকেট, অক্সিজেনের সিন্ডিকেট বলে ওগুলোকে।
Thank you. Very interesting. There are children playing important roles in the film. We also have with us in the audience the film's producer, Mr. Rana Sharkar, and DOP, Mr. Ankit Sengupta. Okay, so we now have the second film's cast and crew with us, and the director and the actor.
She's not an actor. She is a participant of the film. It's a documentary film.
Okay.
So yeah, she's
All
a
right.
participant, film
Okay,
participant.
yes, okay. So it's a Tamil film, A Must Right, which was also screened a while ago. It has been screened under the non-feature section of Indian Panorama. Director Shiva Krish,
Yeah.
and cast member, primary cast, right?
Primary
Srijati.
participant, yes.
Welcome. So can we have the trailer of this film also?
திருநங்கை கல்யாணம் தூத்துக்குடியில இதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நியூஸ்காரங்க எல்லாருமே வந்திருந்தாங்க.
இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரும் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும், நாங்களும் ஒரு மனுஷங்க தான், இந்த சமுதாயத்தில் நாங்களும் வாழலாம்.
எனக்கு அன்னைக்கு ஒரு பெரிய சந்தோஷமா இருந்துச்சு. நம்ம வீட்ல வந்து இப்படி கூட செஞ்சிருக்க மாட்டோம் நம்ம பிள்ளைக்கு, ஆனா எல்லா மக்களும் நின்னு செய்யறாங்க என் பிள்ளைக்கு அப்படின்னு அது ஒரு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்துச்சு அன்னைக்கு. உங்க அம்மா மாத்திரம் பேசாம இருந்திருந்தானா நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும் அமைதி. அவங்க அம்மா அடிக்கடி பேசுவாங்களா, அதனாலே இவளுக்கும் அவனுக்கும் சண்டை வரும். ஏதாட்டு சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கும் அவங்க அம்மா. இது பொம்பளை பிள்ளை இல்லாம ஆம்பளை பிள்ளை இல்லாம அப்படியே காடு
வீட்டுல வச்சு அது நல்லாவா இருக்கு.
அடவடித்தனமா இதுல படிச்சுட்டு தானே இருக்கா.
படிச்சுக்கிட்டு தான் இருக்கு. அது ரெண்டும் ஒண்ணுதான். பஸ்ல கை தட்டுறது ஒண்ணுதான், படிக்கிறது ஒண்ணுதான், காடை வச்சு அலையிறது ஒண்ணு.
I would like to mention that this press conference is being live streamed in PIB India's YouTube channel so that film lovers from all over India and the world can join with us. And now let me start with a little introduction of the feature film. It's called Onko ki Kothin. So the story goes that in a slum in the city, three children, Babin, Dolly, and Tyre, dream big. Babin wants to be a doctor, Dolly a nurse, and Tyre an engineer. Despite their harsh realities and their parents' struggles, they build a makeshift hospital from scraps. When Babin's father falls seriously ill, they embark on a quest to find an oxygen cylinder, facing various challenges and unlikely allies along the way, Shahrukh and Kajol, whose own story of love and defiance intersects with the children's mission. The story ends with Hope questioning whether these three kids will achieve their dreams against all odds. Our director here, he's a prominent writer director from Bengal. He's well known over there for his theater group, and he had started his career as a stand-up comedian, right, sir? Okay, so now let us know about the film from the director himself. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Those who have watched our film, they knows how it is. We made this film for kids and their parents in our region, West Bengal. After this COVID time, many government schools in small scale, many government schools was shut down after COVID, and there are many dropouts. Babin, Dolly, Tyre are three kids from those dropout list. Now, they dreamt of being a doctor, engineer, nurse, but their school, where their dreams will be nurtured, that school is shut down now. What they will do? तो एक होता है ना हम लोग का जो ड्रीम होता है, वो ड्रीम जहाँ तैयार होता है, मतलब वो सपने का जो कारखाना होता है, फैक्ट्री, अगर वही क्लोज्ड हो जाए, क्लोज डाउन हो जाए, तो वो लोग क्या करेंगे? तो they thought of making a makeshift hospital in a Abbulish bari. Abbulish, I want to say, Abbulish is a Bengali term which we generally use to play hide and seek, I spice. Yeah, I don't know what we say in Hindi or other language. We say I spice, मतलब कुछ काम बीच में रोक देना. So that's why these three kids named that makeshift hospital as Abbulish Bari. They started to build a hospital. Those three kids, and then the journey continues. A story of hope, story of children's future, story of a region, and story of a success, whether they can meet or not. This is all about Onko ki Kothin. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam, would you like to say something?
Yeah, of course. I don't know any of you have watched the film. We have a screening tomorrow also. So I would like to request everyone to watch it, and then the conversation could be more meaningful. But I think the film is all about at times we feel a lot of despair, a lot of disappointment with life, with time that we are having, and we lose all hope. But I think the film is about hope. Three children. I played one of the child mother, Dolly, the girl child, only girl child among the gang of three musketeers. There are three musketeers, three little children. So I play one of the ladies, my name, small girl child's mother, Dolly's mother. And it is basically a dream of three very much underprivileged children who has their journey and who does not quit, who still dream big and want to achieve something, though the time is bad, the time is dark, and time is in a very, whenever you're having a despair all over. So I think it is relatable to all of us, not only the children. And post COVID, we all suffers from post COVID trauma, depression, and I think the films is generated. Shurab can speak better from that despair and to the journey of hope. And what I personally feel, the class, the underprivileged section of West Bengal, Calcutta, India, are not very much represented in our films. So, in these regards, also, I think this film is very exceptional because it talks about the classes that we are not used to watch. And that is why it is so relatable, so real, so honest. And I would request you to watch, all of you. Tomorrow we have two screening. One is 4:15 p.m. Inox Provorium Auditorium 2, and the third show is 7:25 Inox Margao Auditorium 2. Thank you. Tomorrow.
Thank you. Now coming to the non-feature film, A Must Ride, which has gone to a lot of festivals, has been awarded. The synopsis is the film chronicles Valli's trials and tribulations in watching her trans daughter, Srija, fall in love, marry, and fight for legal recognition of her marriage in Thuttukudi, a small town in Tamil Nadu. When societal pressures push Srija's marriage to the edge, Valli clings to the hope of a miracle. This film has been awarded at Sher Vancouver Festival. It has won the Sher Vancouver Award for Best LGBTQ plus film at International South Asian Film Festival in Canada this year. And it has gone to Krakow Film Festival, Black Star Film Festival, Woodstock Film Festival, International South Asian Film Festival Canada, I've already mentioned, the New York LGBTQ plus Film Festival, and the list is very long. The director, Mr. Shiva Krish, started his career as an assistant director for Orunal Iravil, volunteering during the 2015 Chennai floods with several non-profits sparked his interest in documentaries. He was the first assistant director for Harmony with A.R. Rahman and made his independent debut with Amma's Right. Great. So the opening remarks from Mr. Shiva Krish.
Thank you so much for reading out all these things patiently. Thank you so much for that. So it's, as she said, she read the synopsis, but it's about Srija and her family. The fact that the film goes into a trans woman's home where she's accepted by their parent, by her mother, itself is the first thing which you would see from India. You would have hardly seen that kind of visual portrayal. It's mostly a negative and the stereotypical portrayal of trans people that is shown in films over and over, and that it's not helping, unfortunately. So this positive portrayal of Srija and her family and how her mom has been supportive Srija right from her young age till whatever hurdle she has faced, from becoming a first transgender to register her marriage in Tamil Nadu, as well as facing societal hurdles post that, and still her mom is being supportive. I mean, even recently we are trying to, for attending these festivals, we were trying to apply passport for Srija, and she had to go through a lot of stuffs in spite of being a trans woman who has already achieved so much and being in the limelight so much. She still had to struggle from office to office to get the signature of the collector, and because, and even while after many months, after speaking with a lot of people, finally the collector put the sign, and even while signing he was like, oh, I hope you won't misuse this. That's how sadly the perception toward trans people or LGBTQI people are. So we really hope that not just those collectors and many gatekeepers as such in India watch our film and can empathize with the community members from the either trans community as well as LGBTQI community, and that will help a lot for a lot of people in India. So that's our hope with our film, to foster an empathy through this film, and we hope we'll do that.
Thank you. Would Valli like to say something?
Srija, Valli is not here, her mom. I mean, since two people are here, so we brought Srija. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். ஆக்சுவலி தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன்னு எல்லாரும் தப்பாக நினச்சிக்காதீங்க. எனக்கு தமிழ் தான் ஸோ கம்ஃபர்டபுள். பட் இங்கிலீஷ் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் வரும். ஸோ நான் தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன், சிவானை வந்து ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுவேன். ஸோ நான் எனக்கு இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்து உண்மையிலே ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறேன். என்ன அப்படின்னா, என்னோட வாழ்க்கையில் நடந்த, அதாவது எங்களோட சமூகத்துக்கு வாழ்க்கையில் நடந்த கஷ்ட நஷ்டங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் இந்த படம் மூலமாக வெளியே கொண்டுட்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. நான் உண்மையிலே ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக நினைக்கிறேன். என்ன அப்படின்னா, எங்களுக்கு ஒரு ரேஷன் கார்டுல இருந்து ஒரு ஆதார் கார்டு என்ன எடுக்க போனாலுமே பல ஸ்ட்ரகிள்ஸ் வரும். ஸோ அதே மாதிரி என்னோட வாழ்க்கையில் வந்து நான் மேரேஜ் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி ஆக்சுவலி நான் 3 இயர்ஸ் லவ் பண்ணேன். ஸோ 3 இயர்ஸ் ஆஃப்டர் மேரேஜ் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் மேரேஜ் வந்து என்னோட லைஃப் ஒரு பொண்ணுக்கு இருக்கிற மணி இருக்கணும்னு சொல்லி நிறைய லைக் பண்ணி, ஸோ இப்பெல்லாம் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இது பண்ணேன். ஸோ அந்த மேரேஜுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு முடியாத அதாவது ஒரு முடியவே முடியாது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி பிரச்சனைகள்லாம் நிறைய வந்துச்சு. ஸோ அதையும் தாண்டி நாங்கள் ரிஜிஸ்டர் மேரேஜ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இது பண்ணோம். ஸோ மேரேஜ்க்கு அந்த டைமில் ஸோ ரொம்ப பிரச்சனைகள் எல்லாமே ஃபேஸ் பண்ணோம். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் வந்து அதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே என்னோட பேக் போனாக இருந்தது என்னோட அம்மா. ஃபஸ்ட்டு நான் ஒரு டிரான்ஸ்ஜெண்டர் அப்படின்னு நான் சேஞ்ச் ஆகும்போது எல்லார் வீட்டில இருந்துமே துரத்தி அடிக்கப்படுவாங்க. ஸோ நான் அப்படி இல்லை. என்னோட அம்மா வந்து என்னை புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு என்னோட ஹார்மோன்ஸில் தான் சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி ஸோ என் வீட்டில் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டாங்க. ஸோ என்னை படிக்க வச்சாங்க. நான் பிஏ இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சர் முடித்தேன். அப்புறம் அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து மேரேஜ்னு சொல்லி ஒரு லைஃப் போணுச்சு. ஸோ அதுக்கும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. பட் அம்மாக்காண்டி நான் எல்லாம் பண்ணணும்னு நிறைய நினச்சேன். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் இப்போ பண்ணி நான் ஒரு ஃபைனல் ஸ்டேஜுக்கு வந்து நான் இப்போ இருக்கிறேன். அம்மாவோட ரொம்ப எய்ம் வந்து ஒரு வீடு வாங்கணும். நம்ம வந்து ஒரு சொந்த வீட்டில் இல்லை. ஸோ எங்கள் அப்பா கிடையாது, அப்பா இறந்துட்டாங்க. ஸோ அம்மா மட்டும்தான், சிங்கிள் மதர் தான். ஸோ அவங்க தான் எங்களை வளர்த்து இவ்வளோ பிரச்சனைக்கு அப்புறமும் எல்லா இதுக்கு அப்புறமும் என் பின்னாடி இருந்து ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி லாஸ்ட் அவங்களோட ட்ரீமை நான் நிறைவேற்றணும்னு சொல்லி அவங்களுக்கு இப்போ ஒரு 1 இயருக்கு முன்னாடி நான் ஒரு வீடு அவங்களோட பேரில் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி ஒரு வீடு வாங்கியிருக்கேன். ஸோ அவங்க நினச்ச மாதிரியே நான் பிஏ இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சர் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணி ஸோ ஒன் ஆஃப் தி கம்பெனியில் வந்து நான் மேனேஜராக ஒர்க் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன். ஸோ இந்த ஃபிலிமில் எல்லாமே என்னோட ரியல் லைஃப் ஸ்டோரியை ஃபுல்லாகவே அப்படியே வெளியே கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதன் மூலமாக நான் சொல்ல வர்றது என்ன அப்படின்னா, எங்களை மாதிரி உள்ள மக்களால் சாதிக்கவும் முடியும், படிக்கவும் முடியும். ஸோ எல்லாரும் தப்பாக நினைக்கிறது என்னன்னா, ஸோ இவங்க பெக்கிங் பண்ண போவாங்க, இல்லை அப்படின்னா செக்ஸ் ஒர்க்கராக போவாங்க அப்படின்னு தான் நினைக்கிறாங்க. பட் எங்களாலேயும் வந்து சாதிக்க முடியும். படிக்க இந்த இந்த உலகம் வந்து எங்களை அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டா கண்டிப்பா நோ பெக்கிங், நோ செக்ஸ் ஒர்க் அண்ட் திஸ் வேர்ல்ட். ஸோ we like do that. Thank you so much.
As she said, she's very honored that her story is being told in this film, and not just her story, her whole family members, and how her journey has been right from her education till the marriage, till the registration, and the whole journey is being covered in the film. And the whole journey, the backbone of this whole journey was her mom Valli, who enabled it from behind. So she's very grateful for that, because Valli is a single mother and she's a working class person, and yet she empathized with Shrija when she came out as a trans woman, and she backed her up, and she still continues to do that. And that's one of the primary thing that enabled Shrija to achieve whatever she has achieved. She has completed her college, she has finished her BA English literature, she has registered her marriage. She was the first transgender to register her marriage in Tamil Nadu, and then she went on to work. Now she's working as a manager in a private company, and she has brought a house finally in her name of her mom. And last year it just happened. It's been 1 year since that has also happened. So she's been able to achieve all these dreams because her mom chose to support for whoever she is, irrespective of what is. My daughter is my daughter, that's all. That's what she believed in, and she says that if that can be done with any parent of LGBTQI community member, then they can achieve as much as Shrija, or even more than that. And the perception of the society will change eventually, and everyone need not go for begging and sex work if that happens.
So now we will open the floor for questions, but just a request to everyone present here to keep their phone in silent mode so that the conference goes on without any disturbance. Thank you. So the floor is open for questions. Yes. Sheila Dittu Sengupta.
Every year I have come. Last 26 years, this is my 27th year. Okay. But hello. My question, two questions. One to Saurabh and one to Shoshi. I think it's not working. Working.
It is walking. Please
Okay.
go on.
I didn't see Saurabh's film, so I don't have any right to ask any question on his film. And I didn't meet him before, but he is very important theatre personality in Calcutta. I know him as a theatre personality. So my question to Saurabh, I think it's your debut, first film.
No, second feature
film.
film.
Okay, but you are a newcomer newcomer in cinema. So, what is your experience, or what is in your mind as an activist in theatre? The theatre chapter, how you are working when you are working in the film, how you induce the other art form, your art form, theatre, in your film. It's very interesting point, I think so. And I know Shoshi, she is my old friend, and she is not an important actor. She is scholar, and she writes very well. I fond of her writing and scholastic. I ask Ushoshi, how you are involved as an actor in this film, the director who is involved with theatre. Okay.
So, would you like to take the question first?
Yeah. What sir asked, how did I induce theatre into film? The sir also knows it's a huge subject. I tried to do so. I tried to use my theatre knowledge, practice into my films through workshops, in acting patterns. I strongly believe in 2024, in realistic theatre and in realistic film, there is no such differences in acting. I don't believe in that perception that theatre means acting in a bit loud acting and film is less loud or realistic. I don't believe in that. In 2024, in case of realistic acting, both are same. In my Kolkata scenario, it is so. I tried to induce my theatre knowledge, theatre practice into this film also. This and in many theatre actors worked in this film. Many theatre actors. These three kids, Riddhiman, their original name is Riddhiman, Topomoy, and Gitosri. They also do theatres in small scales, but they are used to with theatres. We have done an extensive workshop with them in theatrical process. We have gone through with every actors a bit or more or less a workshop process. Then we turned into a film. And my ideologies, what I tried to put in my theater, I also tried to put in my film also. I don't want to make any theater, any film which hurts my ideologies or against my ideologies. What I trust, I want to make that in theater also, you know. In film also, I am trying what I trust. Honestly, I will portray that. That is my tryout. With theater also, still, I am very much a practitioner. I am a student in theater, in film. I want to remain so. And I try to induce theater, not fully, partly in my film. Thank you.
And actually, I'm going to hear this question, but before that, I'm requesting everybody to watch the film because it's a very honest, genuine film. As an audience, also, I watched it for the first time. I think what matters, what is the most important element of our film, is the honesty of the director. He is kind of synced with the topic, which is, I think, very rare in this the kind of cinema we are used to watch. Sheila Dittoda, thank you very much. It was a pleasant surprise, and I think it's a great achievement to attend this for 27 years. He's a very senior journalist from my city. Yeah, to answer the very tricky question, I think I have already a career in film and television more than 15 years. So what happened when a new director or newcomer comes with a script and all? Initially we are like, don't take it that seriously. ठीक है, और भी एक आ गया बंदा फिल्म बनाना चला, ऐसे थोड़ा सा बैक ऑफ द माइंड होता है. इट्स नॉट दैट कि नहीं होता है, बट आई हैव डन लॉट ऑफ फिल्म्स विद द सेम प्रोड्यूसर एंड ऑल. तो both of them, when they came with the I thought, okay, ठीक है, चलो थिएटर बनाते हैं, अभी फिल्म भी करेगा. I didn't watch his first film. I thought it's okay, somebody wants to try. But then when I read the script, I was like, what is happening? It is like a very serious, amazing, intelligent script. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this. Whatever character he's giving me, it was the first time it stuck with this. ये जो है लड़का जो है, ये थिएटर बनाने नहीं आया, फिल्म में थिएटर बनाने के लिए नहीं आया, फिल्म ही बनाने आया है. So that was my first realization when I read the script. And for all actors, first reading of the script is very important. You get something is happening inside me. And since I have a fair skin and I look little urban, intelligent, whatever. So normally, directors, producers, they do not offer me this kind of role, which is I played a nurse, a very underprivileged, poor, not poor, like underprivileged nurse in this, and who is like, do not look like me, not look like, glamorous person. So I was thrilled to get this kind of role for as an actor. It is very challenging to create the look. If you have watched in the trailer, and also the accent, the anglicized urban pronunciation, I have to work on that. So it was challenging. And the second surprise was when I was in the floor, and for that I also want to thank Ankit along with Shorab. When I stepped into the floor, I realized, no, it's not that कि theater के एक बंदा आ गया, चलो एक film ही try कर लेते हैं. So that was a moment I realized, no, he is here to come to stay, and what he is making is film. It's not an extension of theater. So I think that is it is showing in the trailer and also in the film.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Sripati. I am from Apex News, Bangalore. So my question for Amma's Pride team, it's a good initiative. You have done a film on transgenders. But my question is, how your community is accepted this? I'll ask for your, in Tamil also, unga community idu eppadi positive accept பண்ணிருக்கு? Thank you.
By unga community, நீங்க சொல்றது வந்து LGBTQ community கேக்குறீங்க. Okay, great. So, நாங்க இந்த படத்தை ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். First of all, I'll tell you my background. நான் வந்து இனிஷியலா ஃபில்ம்ல, I went into Tamil, sorry. So when I started when I started my film career, initially though I started with fiction in 2014 as an assistant director, and then I was I was volunteering during the Chennai floods 2015. I mean, most of us youngsters at that time, we were all forced to volunteer because that was a huge disaster that was happening at that point of time. And I just started learning what is volunteering through that process. And the activist in me got more, it was more of that activism that came out from inside me post the volunteering. And I extensively collaborated with a lot of NGOs for this volunteering. So even there, in those NGOs, I meet up a lot of LGBTQI people and we work together. So I was quite sensitized with the community members and everything. So even though I'm not from the community, I'm an ally of the community. So I was well aware of them, and I was quite empathetic of them. And then I shifted towards documentaries in my whole film career. I shifted towards documentaries through this whole volunteering and everything. So as as she should have read the documentary films that I worked before. So even while making this film, I was very conscious of the representation of a trans person in the film, even though it's a documentary film and we are showing whatever is actually being shot and not exaggerating it or anything. But still, even at the rough cut stage, even at every stage, we wanted to show it to the people from the community, and we wanted to get their feedback then and there, even while editing the film. And so we were very conscious of that. So we showed from senior activists, LGBTQ activists like Kalaimamani Sudha, who's been a prominent trans woman who's working for trans people for more than 30 years. She's one of the members of in transgender welfare board in Tamil Nadu. So even I showed it to her, and not just her, a lot of trans people and LGBT members, even during the rough cut, they were so amazed by the positive portrayal of the film, which has never been shown before in the mainstream film, or either be fiction or documentary or whatever it is. This positive portrayal was never seen before for them, and they appreciated so much for it. And and that was a huge moral boosting for me that came from the community. In fact, I was like very anxious first time when I was showing it to a very senior activist person. During the rough cut stage, I was very anxious. I don't know what's going to be the response. And when she responded, and I was like almost in tears getting the response, because that's what we want to achieve. And getting an acknowledgement from such a senior activist person was a huge deal for us. And then even more confidently, we completed the editing. And even after the final cut was logged, we first obviously we show the participants of the film, Shrija, Valli, and Arun, and the whole whoever are part of the film. And once after that, we also showed to a lot of community members, and they were very happy. And they are very much integral part of our film, creating a social impact. It's not just that they want to see a film and they say that, oh, film is good, great. It's not that. The community members want this film to have a great social impact, and we are working towards that. We are planning to do a impact campaign through this film in India as well as US. Our producers are based in US. I'm also one of the producer, but the lead producer Chitra Jairam and our other producer Dilo, they are based out of US, and we are simultaneously working on creating social impact campaign in India as well as US. We'll tour 5 cities in collaboration with all the LGBTQI organizations in India: Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, as well as in 5 cities in US. And we are putting partnership with all those organizations. We are still building, so we are working on it. It's a huge process. And also we are aiming to do screenings in the village panchayats of Tamil Nadu. There are more than 12,600 village panchayats in Tamil Nadu. And in collaboration with these organizations, as well as we are hoping to get the government support through which we can screen in all these village panchayats, which create a huge difference in the perception of LGBTQI community people throughout the society, mainstream society. Yeah, thanks.
So we have with us now Valli P, primary cast. She's sitting in the front row. Welcome. So the next question.
मैं नम्रता शुक्ला लखनऊ से स्वतंत्र भारत पेपर से। मेरा प्रश्न है कि बच्चों पे बहुत कम फिल्में बनती हैं, बच्चों को लेकर या बच्चों पे। आपके मन में कैसे विचार आया कि बच्चों को ही लेकर बनाएं? और दूसरा, बच्चे बड़े मूडी होते हैं, उनसे काम निकलवाना बहुत मुश्किल होता, वो आपने कैसे किया? और फिर एक तीसरा सवाल भी आपसे कि हमारे प्रांत उत्तर प्रदेश से आपके बंगाल में चली जाती हिंदी फिल्में, पर हम लोग को ये फिल्में सिर्फ फेस्टिवल में देखने को मिलती हैं, तो क्या आप ऐसा प्रयास करेंगे कि हमारे प्रदेश में भी आपकी फिल्में आएं?
I was just telling this to Shushidi.
Yeah, and I asked her to ask this question to our producer. I think last question he should answer.
Okay.
Thank you. आपका पहला जो प्रश्न है कि क्यों बच्चे लोग को लेके कम फिल्म बनते हैं, तो ये लगभग एक रियल स्टोरी से लिया हुआ, मतलब आप सबको पता है कि ये कोविड टाइम के बाद जो हुआ, जब हम लोग का वेस्ट बंगाल का डिफरेंट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में kind of same story like him, involved in voluntary purpose, visited many districts और बहुत सारा जगह में मैक्सिमम जगह में जो एकदम छोटा छोटा ब्लॉक स्कूल होता है, मतलब पेरेंट्स लोग बच्चे को भेजते हैं जस्ट फॉर अ मिड डे मील, एक वक्त का खाना मिल जाएगा, उसके बदले में कुछ सीख लेगा, सीखना इज सेकेंडरी। तो ये छोटा छोटा स्कूल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स और कोलकाता, अगर मैं मेन कोलकाता पकड़ लूँ उसके 10-15 किलोमीटर रेडियस में भी बहुत सारा छोटा स्कूल ऐसा कोविड में जो बंद हुआ है वो खुला नहीं, ये देखने को मिला। ये सिर्फ वेस्ट बंगाल का स्टोरी नहीं है, इंडिया में भी बहुत सारा जगह में ये गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स खुला नहीं। तो जो ड्रॉप्ड आउट बच्चाज, एक क्वेश्चन हम सब लोग फेस करते हैं बचपन में कि व्हाट्स योर एम्बिशन, बड़ा होके क्या बनना चाहते हो। हम बोल तो देते हैं कि डॉक्टर बनेंगे, क्रिकेटर बनेंगे, फुटबॉलर बनेंगे। अब बनने का कारखाना, जो फैक्ट्री बंद हो जाए तो बनेगा कैसे? तो उन लोगों का जो ड्रीम वो अधूरा रह जाता है। ये मैं मतलब क्या बोले, मतलब खुद से देखा हूँ ये जो प्रॉब्लम, बहुत सारा बच्चा जो अभी स्कूल नहीं जा पाता, अभी भी स्टिल नाउ, ये नहीं कि अभी सॉल्व हो गया, स्कूल नहीं जा रहा है, तो टेम्पररी पाठशालाज है, वहां जाके कुछ पढ़ता है, कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, लेकिन वो मिड डे मील के लिए जो जाता था, एक वक्त का खाना मिलता था, वो भी बहुत जरूरी होता है। मिड डे मील इज अ साइंटिफिक प्रोसेस टू लर्न, सीख पाएगा एक बच्चा, तो नहीं जा पाता है स्कूल। तो ये हम लोग देखे हैं, तो वहां से मेरा बहुत इच्छा था कि जो सपना देख चुका है लेकिन सपने का फैक्ट्री बंद हो गया, उसका क्या होगा। ये था मेरा नाटशेल दिमाग में। तो इसको मैंने डिटेल्ड किया, मैं और शौमित देव मेरा को राइटर डिटेल्ड किया, और उसके बाद राणा सरकार राजी हो गया कि ये हम लोग बनाएंगे, ये जरूरी है, अभी ये बनाना चाहिए, अभी इस समय का बात है, बोलना चाहिए अभी। तो वी ट्राइड एंड नाउ द फिल्म यू कैन वॉच एनी टाइम, टुमारो ऑल्सो। और आपका सेकेंड बच्चे को लेकर फिल्म बहुत कम बनता है, ये मैं आपसे एकदम आपका बात सेकंड करता हूँ, ये बहुत ट्रू है। बच्चे को लेके कम बनता है एक, अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड बच्चे को लेके तो एकदम, मतलब आप 1-2 काउंट कर पाएंगे। हाँ। तो ये हम लोग क्या होता है, मतलब अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड बच्चे को लेके जो टिपिकल रेगुलर कोलकाता में रहता है, अर्बन चिल्ड्रन जो एक्टिंग करता है, तो उनको लेके आप अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड वर्क कर नहीं पाओगे एक्टिंग वाइज। यू हैव टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ वर्कशॉप एंड look and feel everything. This is a hard task, really hard task, to do a film with underprivileged children. And वैसे बोला जाए तो ये लोग तो नॉन एक्टर्स ही है। अभी इनको तो हमने वर्कशॉप में, शिलाइतो सर ने जो बोला कि क्या प्रोसेस था थिएटर का, वही इधर हम लिंक करेंगे। इसको हम लोग वर्कशॉप में ही बोले थे कि इतना ऑडिशन में से आप तीनों को लिया, क्यों लिया? आप जैसे, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आपका नाम बताइए, तो उन्होंने उनका नाम बता दिया, तो जैसे बताया आपने वैसे ही करना। तो ये वैसे ही करना बोलने में बहुत इजी है, ये वैसे ही करना करने में बहुत टफ है। अगर मैं उनको दिखा दूं कि एक गरीब बंदा जा रहा है हाथ में कटोरी लेके, वो कैरिकेचर करो, वो इजी है। अभी आपने जैसे बात किया, अभी आपने जैसे प्रश्न किया मुझे, ये एक्शन बोलने के बाद भी करना, ये बहुत कठिन है। यही था मेरा वर्कशॉप का प्रोसेस, ये था कठिन काज। तो अंको की कठिन, अनयूजुअल इक्वेशंस, our name of the film, and this equation from the white page of arithmetic to the life's problem. तो हाँ कठिन था, चैलेंजिंग था, लेकिन और एक बार कुछ करना पड़े तो हम करेंगे. मतलब ये बहुत क्या बोले, प्लीजिंग था मेरे लिए, बहुत प्लीजिंग था.
I think the last question Ananda should answer.
sorry,
Madam has also asked me the same question. Why can't we see Bengali films like this in Uttar Pradesh? And yeah.
Hello, check. Yeah, it's also relevant to your what you asked, and anything. I'm talking on behalf of the producer and our team. I know all of them, for a fairly long time, and we worked together on many projects. Yeah. Firstly, any little change you want to bring, you bring from the school. You have to wait 10 years before basically the generation takes it on and passes it on, right? So it always has to start from school. I remember doing, Dant Manjan campaign, they came to our school and they did that's where they wanted to penetrate. I come from advertising background. So that is, that is why touching the kids is so important. And to talk about this man and both the director, you're the director, sir?
Yeah.
So both the directors, I heard a very interesting word now. In both their context, the word activist was used.
Yes.
Activist, it is a very thoughtful, important word. Shourab and you don't have to do what you guys are doing. And as a producer, Rana Sharkar really doesn't have to, identify this as a content, pick it up and think it's needful to be done at this point of time. So the same goes for your producer. Salute, absolutely.
Chitra, Dilo, and impact producer Ahana.
Yeah, so that is so important that, so Daxi Media, the DCM, he has many other films in his kitty.
He has
That is
many feather in his
so
hand.
but so I'm glad I know him. It's important producers come in front and keeps documenting important stories and time, right? Thank you.
And what Shumikta has rightly said, I was thinking of telling this. I'm very proud to be associated with this film, and also I'm sharing stage with the director who has come to the journey craft of filmmaking from an activist background. So that means that activism and filmmaking is synced, so the life and cinema is synced. That is very important, that you sync your cinema with the life, with the experience you are having. And coming from an activism background makes it easier to sync. And that's why our film is so relatable, so genuine.
Many congratulations to the teams of both Onko Ki Kothin and Amma's Pride. And my question is to the team of Amma's Pride, specifically to Shrija. So Shrija mentioned that every parent has to do, or act in the way that Valli did. And if they did do that, the community, our community at large, would be far more aware, or, the conversations that we have would be very different. And Shiva, you mentioned that this film probably should also reach our, bureaucracies and people in authorities, so that the perception and the challenges that the transgender community faces would be different. My question to Shrija is, what can we, as members of perhaps neither community, not the bureaucracy, not members of the LGBTQIA community, but as allies, what can we do to probably, take this conversation further? As a layman, what can I or my friend or any of us do, or our families, to make things, better or create greater awareness?
ஒரு காமன் மேனா அவங்க வந்து நாங்க எப்படி எல்ஜிபிடிக்கு மெம்பர்ஸ் அணுகணும், என்ன மாதிரி ஹெல்ப், என்ன மாதிரி இருக்கணும், லைக் அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி எங்களால உதவ முடியும், என்ன மாதிரி பண்ண முடியும்?
ஒண்ணே தான் சொல்லணும். நீங்க எப்படி மனுஷங்களை பாக்குறீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி பார்த்தாலே எல்லாமே மாறிடும். ஒரே ஒரு வேர்டு அதுதான். உங்களோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட எப்படி பழகுவீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி பழகி பாருங்க. உங்களோட அப்பா கிட்ட எப்படி பழகுவீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி பழகி பாருங்க. உங்க அம்மா கிட்ட எப்படி பழகுவீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி பழகி பாருங்க. கண்டிப்பா எல்லாமே மாறும். எதிர்பார்க்கறது ஒண்ணே தான். இந்த மக்கள் எல்லாருமே வந்து எங்களையும் மக்களா ஏத்துக்கணும். அது ஒண்ணு மட்டும்தான், வேற எதுவுமே கிடையாது.
So she says to just see any LGBTQI member or any community person as a fellow human, like how you would see your father or a friend or a mother or your spouse, see them in a very similar way, behave with them in a very similar way, and things all will be fine and as usual as it is in a society. That's all.
Thank you so much.
So I would like to ask Shiva, what difficulties did you face while doing the film?
The
Non-feature films are always a challenge.
True, I agree. It's a documentary film as such, as you said. So the difficulty is very much like life as such, like how unpredictable life is. They say, no, the truth is stranger than fiction. So when I started out filming, they had registered their marriage, and I just wanted to start the film portraying the power of love and how the registration is a huge deal breaker for the whole LGBTQ community. But when I started dwelling into the story and with and interacting with the family members and getting closer to them, and then I realized how Valli, Srija's mom, Valli, is a very integral part of this whole life of Srija, where she was the one who was behind making all these happen. And unfortunately, none of the press had reported that portion in any of those news. So that I discovered it over time and spending time with the family and everything. So that's when I decided that the focus of the story should go towards that, and that is something unique, and that is what will foster the empathy towards the community members, more than just highlighting just the legal victory. To foster an empathy, this would be the most important part of the film, as because it's naturally the most important part of Srija's life as well. So accordingly we had to film the film as in that angle, as well as the editing also, like we and then if you watch the film you guys would know. And then Shrija and Arun, Shrija's husband Arun, they had just like any other marriage, differences happened and they had to separate for a while. And that was something which I was not expecting when I started filming. So I didn't know what to do at that point, but I just waited until they were comfortable in their lives, and then asked their permission if they're okay by now, and I resume the filming. And then I resumed the filming, and then I just followed them up, and the story I went on, and then they things changed in their lives, and they came together, and I went on to cover till that. So it was a long process. Started the film at the end of 2019, and it's been more than 4 years since I went ahead with the filming, and the editing itself took more than a year and all. So that was the whole challenge, the time and the thing, because you never know, because it's real lives, no, they're not actors. We can't tell them to you act like this, we'll film it and we'll go. So we just followed the film, their lives, and that took its own time. So that was the challenging part. Yeah.
Any questions? Is Onko Koi Kothin looking for a theatrical release, or it will go in OTT? Theatrical release. So as the question was said by the journalist from UP, we all would like to see this film all over India. And so if there are no more questions, I think we can close this press conference. Thank you, everyone.
You can tell about the distribution of my film as well. We are
Sure,
trying
sure.
to distribute, of course, but we have gotten into the educational distribution in US as of now, because as you were mentioning, it all starts from education, right? So seeing this film, and people getting educated from the schools and colleges, and that, because they are the ones who will be representing they'll be the gatekeepers in the next generation. So for that, through a site New Day, which is a filmmakers based collective in US. So we have just launched our film there in educational distribution. So that's going on right now. And similarly, we are trying to figure out partner in India as well. So hopefully things will fall in place. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Sorry. Definitely, of course.